a ton of woodworking accessories you can make with a 3D printer. Let me show you some of mine. Something that seems very popular today is creating a cover for your arbor hole. Not only does this potentially improve dust collection, but it also provides a little bit of protection. But this wasn't easy to make. Now, I was trying to make this version of it, but I had a lot of failed attempts, and I tried to make this thing about 3 times. Even with adding supports, I just couldn't get this thing to print, so I quickly shifted to a simpler version. Now, although not as sexy as that other version, it does indeed work. All you do is you pop it into place and you're ready to go. So I guess, as they say, sometimes simpler is just a little bit better. But let's try something that's a little bit more complex for the track saw that's meant to be used with the track itself. I've collected a few rail squares over the years. Some are really expensive and some are really cheap, but there's none as cheap as this next one I just made. And this one really surprised me. Just like any other rail square, it slides into the bottom of your track. But the jury was still out. Is this thing actually square? Well, let's test it out. So with the track and rail square in place, I'm going to strike a line on the cutting surface of the track. Now with that line made, I'm going to remove the track, grab my TS32, and see how it compares. And if we look at the head and the end of that woodpecker square, you can see there's no variation in the distance between the square and that line. And with that type of accuracy with a simple printout, I'm completely amazed. But let's check out our last printed item of the day, which is something that every workshop needs to have replaced every once in a while. Now at first glance, you may not realize what this item is, but it's a table saw accessory that you probably already have. But it's actually a little bit more than that. It's a combination push stick as well as push block. Let me show you how this 2-function item can be used. The first function of this tool is to be used as a push stick. By simply using the front end of this tool, you can quickly and easily slide your workpiece through your table saw. But if you want more support, you can use the entire bottom of this tool to run your workpiece through. And since this thing has a very comfortable ergonomic grip, it's just as good as any other push stick or push block that I own.